What's up YouTube, Egrka here, bringing you an action figure review of the NECA Michael Myers figure from the 2018 Halloween movie. This is a must-have figure, just to say off the bat, if you are a Michael Myers fan, you gotta have this. It's been years since we had a 7-inch scale Michael figure, and the last ones weren't very articulated, based on the original movie, which was a part of NECA's Cult Classics line, or the remakes from Rob Zombie. We had figures based on that. And if you want to go really far back, you have the movie Maniacs McFarlane Michael Myers figures. All of those were pretty statically posed. This one is a fully articulated Michael figure, so we have a lot to look at today. I'm super excited. Let's take an overview of what his full figure looks like. Very nice. You can see it's just a muted palette here, which is perfect even under a bright light like this. His colors and everything is very iconic and accurate. The reason why such a simple paint application works is because the sculpt is so well done on this figure. The folds are falling very naturally on his form here. He's a big guy, but he's not jacked like Arnold Schwarzenegger, which you can see here. The form is really good. They have like the big chest, there's a bit of a stomach going on here, how it tightens up around the waistband here, and it's just all really well done. It's very convincing. Even when he's under super dramatic lighting, that's when he shines the most. So let's take a closer look here at the face. Very nicely sculpted. There's a lot of texture going on here. The hair on the mask is well done as well. Very fine. Neck has been shining in this area for a very long time. Now this is one of the heads that Michael comes with. This one in particular has no painted eyeballs or any skin around the eyelids. It's all completely blacked out under there, so even under a super bright light like this that's coming straight at him, his eyes remain completely black, which is very cool. I love that effect, and it was a very good move on NECA's part. The detailing and stitching on the pockets is very well done as well. Everything here is top notch. The shine on the shoes, the laces that are sculpted, all very well done. Okay, so let's take a look at the articulation here. We have a very nicely articulated head here. It's a peg that's on a ball joint, so we get a lot of movement. Obviously he can rotate fully, he can look up and down, he can tilt left and right, so we get full range, which adds even more to the realism, especially when you're taking pictures or leaving him posed on the shelf. His arms can move up to about this length, at that angle, down, fully rotate. There's two elbow joints here that I'm not a really big fan of that's been in the NECA figures. Let me make this a bit brighter so you can see. So the first joint can bend here. The second joint bends a little farther down like this. I'm not a fan of this look. Our arms don't really work this way. I get why they did it, but it just doesn't look very good. You would have to look at it at an angle like this where it's hiding it, but the moment you see it, it's like, that's pretty awkward. So in order to avoid that, you would just bend it at one angle instead of both. So right now it's straight and I'm only moving the bottom arm here. Or you could just move the top one, which even that looks a little weird. So that's the one awkward part of this figure that I'm not a huge fan of. Now there's articulation under this torso region. This is a soft plastic. So his body, he does have an ab crunch in there, but it's very subtle. He can somewhat rotate, but it's hard because this is all one piece. This whole chest piece comes down like a diaper, and that's about it. See this separate region? It's a soft rubber, so maybe you can see it better in the light here. His legs can move out and in. There's a single joint at the knee. Thank God they didn't do that weird double joint thing at the knee. And then his boots can move down, up, and left and right, as well as angle like that. So you can have a wide stance and you can angle his feet down and it'll still be planted. And so really well articulated, pretty well hidden. Like I said, my only gripe is the elbow, which is a little weird, but it's still pretty well hidden once his arms are straight and all the folds are sculpted and kind of hiding those joints, so it works. Alright, let's look at some accessories here. Here are the two Michael heads. One is painted a lot more distressed than the other. My guess is they want maybe to make this look more like the classic mask. You can see it's much more white and clean, but it's still the same sculpt. Except this sculpt just brings out those cracks and rips a little more through a wash. You can see that this one has the eyes in there. He has that one blinded eye in the regular eye. And this one is blacked out. The sculpt is still in there, the eyes are in there, they're just painted completely black. So it's a really cool option. The hair is also slightly different. You can see the one on the left here it's a little more crazier, and this one is a little more sleek. Also, it's worth mentioning that the mask is kind of a soft plastic, it's a separate piece. So the sculpted eyes are a part of a head in there, as you can see, and it is a separate piece, so the mask is a soft plastic, as you can see. I've seen someone online rip the mask off, and it's pretty funny. There are sculpted eyes and a painted head under there, but it has no nose or mouth. So they just went the extra mile just to make sure, molding-wise, they had fully sculpted eyes in there that are fully behind the mask, just adding more to the realism. We have the iconic kitchen knife here, which is well painted, well sculpted. I'm sure we all have had a knife like this at some point, so we all know this is a pretty good representation of what it looks like. We have a little bloody hammer here. Nice wood grain going on. There's even a little paint transition going on with the handle. It's shiny and you can see the metallic surface peeking out under the blood. Well done. Next we have the fire poker. Has a really good paint job on it. Looks very metallic. The little twist looks great. This is a softer plastic, so you're going to want to be careful with this one. And I don't really want to bend it on camera. But yeah, just be careful with this one. This looks great. There's even a little wash going on. It's not just a flat metallic paint. Now we have a victim's head here. Very cool scene from the movie. This is a hollowed out sculpt, and it is a soft plastic, so let me just show you what it looks like here with a light. Very nasty on the inside. You can see it's translucent, the skin. Well, maybe the camera's not picking it up, but there you go. We have the jack-o'-lantern here. Nicely sculpted, nicely painted, has a great texture, a little bit of shine on it. This is also hollowed out and lights up. So let's see what this looks like as we dim. Pretty sweet. The light also flickers. . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . Very nice. Comes with 6 hands. These are his 2 gripping hands. They have a bit of blood on it, a little bit of shine on it. This one's a little more soaked in blood on the right here. This one's a bit more clean. We have 2 relaxed open palm hands, also with washes of blood. These are 2 left hands here. We have a more open palm hand, a more menacing hand, and the last one has the 2 missing fingers, which was also a good scene. Last but not least, we have the gravestone, which is very well done, nicely painted. The letters are crisp, the design is crisp, it's really good. A nice solid piece. It's hollow at the bottom, rather light, but gets the job done. So yeah, Michael comes with a lot. It's definitely worth the price he's going for, which is around $27 to $30 US dollars, that is. And he comes with so much, and even the figure alone is so fantastic. It's just like adding sprinkles on top of ice cream. It just enhances it. Great accessories. For a quick size comparison, Michael is on the taller side. This is a standard male 7-inch figure from NECA, and you can see he has quite the height advantage. So Pennywise and Michael are on the same height, and there's a notable height between him and standard 7-inch NECA figures. If you have Marvel Legend figures or Star Wars Black Series figures, he's going to have a significant height on those because those are around 6-inch scale. So this is what he looks like against other figures. And a quick side note, this is a custom painted Pennywise I did from NECA. All I did was age his clothing a bit by adding that weird brownish yellow. Completely redid the face here just to be a bit more realistic. So if you guys are interested in a video with that, I'll show you that one in its own little showcase. As you can see, Michael is quite the awesome figure. He delivers on all counts. Just minor gripes that I had with the elbow, which was apparent in a few other NECA figures by now. The paint application is awesome. I'd just say be wary of the pegs in his hand. They are a little small, and it's a little scary to swap out the hands. But besides that, he is a near perfect figure. If you're a Michael Myers fan, you gotta track this guy down. And that's about it. Happy New Year, everyone. It's 2019. And I will see you guys later. Have a good one.